welcome back to Vinny's Aquatics. Thank you all for joining me for this new experience I'm having in the top secret underground fish room. So Buster and I, we're doing a quick look-see at the tanks right before we went to bed the other night. You know, as the fish room, it's also my bedroom. Yeah, right? What a catch. Some of you might recall the review video I did a while back on the top fin 5-gallon retreat aquarium. Here's how it looked upon setup. You'll notice there's a bit of Java moss in there. Remember, Vinny, I'm the Dr. Kevorkian of aquarium plants. Keep that in mind. So fast forward to present day, and here we are with a massive algae bloom in this tiny tank. You're probably going to notice the presence of the dreaded blackbeard algae, which I believe is in cahoots with several other forms of algae to bring about an algae world domination. Like hair algae, green spot algae, and some other type of thread algae. I know what you're saying. Hey Vinny, could there be any more algae in your tank? Yeah, there probably could. But this is enough to force me to make a hard decision. Kind of like in the movie Sophie's Choice. So what caused this algae to appear? I mean, other than my lack of competence with anything green in the fish tank, other than that, well, keeping it simple, algae blooms usually occur in a tank that has an excess of nutrients, specifically phosphorus, whose levels spike because of overfeeding, and excess of leftover food. The algae consumes the nitrogen and the phosphorus for growth and reproduction. So how do you reduce an algae bloom like this? Well, number one, reduce your lighting. Feed your fish less. Keep up with your water changes. And know what your water is, especially your phosphates. Clean it up. What I mean is, as soon as you see some algae, clean it up. Keeping live plants. Live plants will help absorb the nutrients that the algae feed on. Or you can also keep algae-eating fish, like a Siamese fighting fox, Otocinclus, plecos, or other algae-eating fish. So what are the types of algae taking over my tank? Well, only slightly present at the moment. We have some green spot algae, which are small round spots that are most visible on the aquarium glass. The cause of that is too much light, and the cure is an algae scraper and a little bit of elbow grease. In my opinion, try to stay away from those algae remover chemicals. You don't need it. Avoid them. Hey, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and smash that notification bell. Thank you. And then we have this. I believe it's a type of thread algae, which is overtaking my poor Java moss. You tell me, because I'm new to this. Is this hair algae? Is it green fuzz algae? Or another type? I've never really had this before. This is the only tank that it's happening to. I think it started with the faulty power strip a few weeks back. I had a fish die and too much light following. I wouldn't even know where to begin to remove this stuff. Look at it. Besides, I gotta be honest, it kind of looks cool. For what it is. And if that wasn't enough, to top it all up, yes, we have blackbeard algae, or black brush algae. And this is very difficult to get rid of. These small dark hairballs that will grow in clumps. They love places with a strong flow, and they attach to most everything. Now, I could get an algae eater or some Amano shrimp, but that's not very efficient. So, like I said, and my research has confirmed, this is one of the most difficult algae to remove. Oh joy. It appears allegedly with no apparent cause, even in older, stable, lush tanks. Now, it says that most of the time, the solution is to remove the spots one by one. And that's no promise that it won't come back. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So what am I going to do? What do you guys think I should do? Should I nuke it? Should I completely tear this thing down? Or should I just leave it be and see what happens? I really want to know what you think. I mean, is it cool looking? Or is it a total fail and should be the cause of much shame? While we decide how we're going to deal with that problem, thank God it's only a 5-gallon tank. Here we see this is a small DIY holding tank that I made myself at work, which has some of the actual same Java moss that got overtaken in the last tank. This one here had died back to basically nothing, but seems to be growing now. But there's no algae in this tank, and basically the same lights and same everything. Say I'm in a basement, so I don't get any natural light. I wonder if this will bloom at some point as well. And yes, my fish did have his come to Jesus moment. This is one of the local bred cichlids that I got a while back, but it was getting picked on. So I put it in here just so we could get healthy again. And I don't know, enjoy the Java moss.
In the name of Jesus. Yes.
Thank you everybody for joining me for this episode of When Algae Attacks. So I believe I had the light on a little too long, a little too much ammonia in the tank, and now I'm stuck with a massive algae bloom. Like I said though, thank God it's only a 5-gallon tank, not one of the bigger ones. So leave a comment down below. Should I let it grow and see how far out of control it gets? Or should I just nuke this son of a gun and start over again? Thank you for joining me for this one. It's always good to have someone around when you're going through something like this in the fish room. I hope you guys learn not to do what I did. And I'll see you next time on Vinny's Aquatics. Woo!